All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm joined with the author, Cregg Lund of Silicon Satan. Cregg Lund, who's been on my program a couple times already and has become a really fast favorite for everybody who's talked about the rituals, the sacrifices, the stuff that everyone turns a blind eye to that happens in Hollywood, in Silicon Valley, demonic stuff. He's a whistleblower. And I'm very happy to have you once again on my show. I know it's not easy for you to keep coming on and blowing the whistle on certain things, but got to get that information out there, Cregg. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. It is getting easier, actually. The more I do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah, I mean,
you really can't hide from these people. You just have to stay off their radar. So that was my main concern, was being back on their radar. But so far, and there's been a few mishaps, but so far, I've been lucky.
Right. So, let's get into this. Let's just kick it off first with Charlie Kirk. You said there was going to be 3 sacrifices. The first one would be in the political realm. The second one would be in the entertainment realm, which I think there's been a lot in the entertainment realm, to be quite honest. There's been quite a few. There's such a thing as star whackers, where they take out celebrities, right? But just recently, Rob Reiner and his wife, and then Charlie Kirk. You said one would happen in the political realm, the second one in entertainment, a twin sacrifice, which I think just happened, and then you said the third would be Silicon Valley, or the tech industry.
In the tech industry. Yeah. So I didn't know it would be Charlie Kirk or the Reiners. I just knew that there was going to be a single assassination. Okay, so you're right. There's assassinations all the time in Hollywood. That used to be in Silicon Valley used to be the Red Scarf suicide. Robin Williams is a good example.
Yeah. Do you think he was taken out?
Well, he's supposedly hanging himself with a red scarf on a doorknob. I mean, who does that?
Okay, so what does the red scarf represent?
I don't really know why it's a red scarf. I mean, you could go back and somebody could research that. I'm sure there's a really big reason why they choose a red scarf. But the point is that nobody hangs himself off on a doorknob. And you can go out. I did a little video where I documented about, I think, 20 celebrities who could hang themselves with a red scarf on a doorknob.
Try to say self-delete, because that way it make the editing easier for me on YouTube. Say self-delete.
Oh, okay. Self-delete. Yeah, you're right. I'm not used to this. Okay.
Didn't Chris Cornell and the guy from Linkin Park, I forget his name, the singer in Linkin Park, they had the same way, right?
Yeah, they got red scarf. So what it is it's a message. So if you look, a lot of these people were dabbling in the exposing the child trafficking.
Yes.
That's
Chris Cornell
that seems to be the connection.
Right. They were getting ready to make a documentary, I heard. Chris Cornell and the guy from Linkin Park were getting ready to make a documentary exposing the trafficking.
Right, yeah. So it's a message that this person has just been unalived by us, and it'll happen to you if you don't watch it, if you don't watch out. I'm noticing that they've kind of backed off on the red scarf suicides now, because they got too popular. People were knowing about them. So like, what was that gal, the other gal, 𝗫𝗫, she probably would have been red scarfed, but they did her a different way. So,
that's why.
So going back to the 3 assassinations. So they're getting ready to do, when they do a ritual like this big, where there's the top 3 players involved, that means something big is coming. That means they're prepping for something big, and that's how I found out about it. I can still find the pulse of Silicon Valley when I need to. I don't really keep my finger on it, but when I need to, I can get in there and get some information. And I started noticing. I started poking around, and I met with some guys, one guy in particular, and he kind of revealed this to me little by little. But anyway, so what I gathered was there was going to be a single whale in the political arena. Someone was well known.
Please say self-delete. Please say that, because I don't want to have to edit.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I keep doing it. Okay. Yeah, there was going to be
it's just one of those things, man.
What word should I use?
Self-delete. Just delete it. Unalived. Self-delete. Yeah.
Okay. So it was going to be is assassination okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Dude, it's
a
a game.
You got to play with this damn thing.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. Okay, so there was going to be an unalive event in the political arena, and there was going to be somebody that was very popular, and then there's going to be a second twin unalive event in the entertainment industry, and there's going to be a third triple. I haven't seen the triple yet.
Triple?
Yeah, triple unalive event. So based on the Reiner, I wasn't sure if it was going to be two people that were connected at the same time, but different locations, or two people. But it turns out to be just, two people who are very well known right now. Well, I don't know about his wife, but him at least, in their own house. So that was pretty blatant. So the third one I'm waiting for. But once that third one happens,
could we say the same thing happened with Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman was, I believe Gene Hackman was a message, because a lot of those old Hollywood actors are turning out to be really hard to control in their old age. They feel guilty. They want to come out and they want to whistleblow. They want to spill the beans, right? Gene Hackman was one of them. So Gene Hackman had a very good career, but they took him out and made him look. They stole his legacy from him at the same time. And the reason why they do that is to warn the others not to do this, or this not to do what he was about to do, or this will happen to you. So if you notice, there's the difference between the new Hollywood stars, the Hollywood actors. They're very wimpy. They're not like the real men, the John Wayne and the
not at all, man. Not at all.
It's because the Hollywood elders realize that these guys are too hard to handle. We need actors. We need to bring actors up who are easier to handle. So that's why you got Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and all these wimpy guys.
Yeah,
Gene Hackman was
the machismo and the machismo and the bravado of the man. The masculinity is completely gone at Hollywood.
Yeah, right. Because they can't handle him, and that's what's happening to a lot of these guys. You either go away and be quiet, or we're gonna Gene Hackman you.
So
the guy. They made the guy look like he was, a crazy old man dying in squalor and rat infested. That's not true at all. I did a lot of research on him. He was living well. He was living very well. He was getting ready to do something, because he was lawyering up, and suddenly all of a sudden he's an idiot who died because of rat poisoning or something.
Yeah, like they made him sound like he was a big hoarder, living, had a gross existence with his wife and died from the hantavirus, right? Something like that.
Yeah. And if you look at the last pictures of him, they got him running around in dirty sweatpants, and they said that this is his last day. But I've got pictures of him from his last day, and he's wearing the same clothes, but he doesn't look so disheveled. They just picked out the worst photo that they could find of that day and used that one. I mean, we all have bad photos, right? They could have picked out a better photo.
I have many. So look, take your pick. So yeah. When you say something like somebody in Silicon Valley or in the tech industry, man, first person that comes to mind is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, who else? I don't know, Bill Gates.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be at that. It probably won't be at that level. It'll be probably. It wouldn't be at
Peter Thiel, Peter Thiel, right?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be at that level. Those are the ones calling the shots. Those are the godfathers. So it's interesting. One thing I noticed when I was in Silicon Valley. Okay, let me back up. So if you spend a lot of time around horses, and I mean a lot of horses, not just 5 or 6, you got to be around a lot of horses, like I was when I was growing up, around dozens, a couple hundred. Horses hang out in groups of 3. Every horses hang out in groups of 3, and every group of 3 will have a leader, one leader in that group of 3, and then the groups of 3s hang out in groups of 3, and every groups of those that'd be 9, right? There's a leading group in that one. And the leader of the main. Anyway, that's the way these Luciferians are organized. It's very strange. They do the same thing. They organize in groups of 3, and then in groups of 3, and then groups of 3, right? So right now you got Elon Musk, Thiel, and
Bezos.
Third one. So you get Bezos well, I don't know about Bezos here. Bezos and Zuckerberg are sort of buying
Zuckerberg. You're right. I forgot about Zuckerberg.
Yeah, so I expected him to be gone a long time ago, but he's hanging on. He really is hanging on. Somehow, who knows what he's doing? But yeah. So the triple event that's coming up that I'm waiting for. It won't be at that level. It'll be people we know. It'll be someone that everyone, a name that you recognize. But it won't be. It might. You never know. I mean, I never know. I can't predict them. You know, I can guess, but I can extrapolate, but I can't really predict what they're going to do. They're very crazy. They'll change everything.
I mean, it seems to me like Elon Musk is playing ball with Trump, and he'd be a prime target. And same with Peter Thiel, or I mean, all of Zuckerberg. They're all kind of like on Trump's side now, kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of thing. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, like that's why I was trying to explain the horse thing. I didn't get anywhere with that, but it's because the way I look at them, the way I watch them the way I used to watch horses, is that I see them mixing up their groups of three a lot. So Musk is a good example. He moves around a lot. I mean, he'll be part of the tech 𝗬𝗏𝗂𝗏 group, and then he'll move over to the DC 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 group, and then the global. I mean, he's all over the place. And I think what they're trying to do is set him up as a bona fide scientist, so that they can. He'll be like the go-to man, you know, the spaceman, the rocket man, the mad scientist. And for some reason, they're setting him up for that role.
But don't you think it's all fake, everything he's doing? I mean, to me, the rockets are blowing up. I mean, the CGI that he's using, it doesn't fool me. I mean, a car outside of the moon or Mars, wherever he had that car float, it's just fake. It's all fake. The moon land, you can't convince me otherwise. Which tells me
someone like me with this peculiar perspective that I have, I saw that something was going on with Elon Musk back when he was still at PayPal, and I told 𝗀𝗃𝗃 about it. I told 𝗀𝗃𝗃, watch Elon Musk and the Stargate guy, way before anybody even knew their names, because I could tell that they were being groomed. I could tell that these guys are moving up. So when you get into Silicon Valley, a lot of different places, the system is set up. It's not like it's waiting for you to arrive. When you get there, there's a system that's sort of, I don't know how it evolved. I don't know how it came about, but it will allow you to cultivate your own career path. So if you want to be the richest man in the world, there's a path. You have to stay on that path and cultivate. You have to do everything that they ask you to do. You have to show up. You can't complain. You can't whistleblow, and you'll get there. You know, but you have to cultivate it yourself. It doesn't come to you. You have to go to it. And that's what happened to me with yeah.
So what's your thoughts on, you know, Elon Musk's rocket launches, the moon landing, the whole thing? I mean, you being with this group of people in Silicon Valley, is any of this real? I mean, is the moon landing fake? What's your thought? What's your instincts tell you? Like, what are we dealing with here? I mean, to me, it almost seems like he's trying to get through the firmament. I mean, and every time he does, it looks like a boat on water. That's what the rockets look like. It looks like it's leaving a wake. I mean, call me crazy, whatever. I mean, I don't care anymore. I mean, all things are. I mean, all things are.
Everybody's going crazy.
Yeah,
everybody's crazy.
I mean, I think it's completely fake.
Yeah, everything to me. Okay, so my personal opinion is almost everything is fake. That's my instincts. You know, when I read the Bible, that confirms most of what I think, and then the rest is just, you know, observation and extrapolation and logic, and, you know, a little bit of math thrown in. But yeah, they're setting up Elon to be, you know, this scientist, the science guy, I guess. They're never going to get through the firmament. I think they tried back in, you know, Operation Fishbowl, when they were trying to blow a hole in it back then. They gave up.
I mean, just listen to the name, what you just said, Operation Fishbowl. That gives it away right there. I mean, Operation.
Right, I know.
I mean, right there.
I don't know if your viewers are familiar with it, but they were trying to blast a hole in the firmament back in the 50s, I think it was. Excuse me, by launching nuclear bombs, and they would blow up, and it looked like, if you look at the videos, it looked like it hit something.
Yeah,
it looks like the bomb hit something. So that's where the CERN and the Ferris wheels and all that, and the St. Louis arches and all that. Did you see the meteor go through the St. Louis arch not too long ago?
You showed me a video. Yeah, you sent that to me.
Oh.
Yeah, I might be able to pull it up. Let's see if I can find it. But
so those guys that sparked sort of the Ferris wheel idea with me a long time ago, back in I think it was the 80s, 70s, 90s. I don't know. They were saying, but they were complaining about how the St. Louis Arch, they can't build arches everywhere. It's too obvious. And I never heard that before. I never considered the arch back then. So then I started looking at it. It's kind of weird. And now this meteor goes flying through it the other day. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's just more data points.
Yeah, let's see if I can pull it up. And I don't know. This is crazy.
It kind of hit the news, and then they sort of just bypassed it. But to me, it's kind of interesting. It's what was that? Meteors don't usually go through. It kind of looks like it fizzles out over the top.
Right through the arc. There it goes. Let's watch that again. There it goes, right through the arc. See that? So what's your thoughts? So you sent this to me, and you said to pay close attention to it. Why? Because these arcs.
Okay, so
right?
So the arch itself looks, it's just a memorial or something, right? But so I was in one of those parties, Silicon Valley parties a while back, a long time ago, a couple of decades anyway. And these guys are kind of brainstorming. It was a party, so they were just, people have to work, even though we're partying all the time. We still everywhere. We brought work with us everywhere. We're always solving problems, always designing stuff. And while there's an orgy going on, we're over here talking about how to get this pointer to work. And so they were talking about, they were trying to brainstorm something. I was just overhearing. And they were talking about the St. Louis Arch. They were saying we can't build these arches everywhere. So whatever the arch was to them was a pilot project. Whatever they were talking about, the arch was some sort of pilot project.
Well, Trump's building his own arch in Washington, D.C.
Right. So now all of a sudden they're building arches, and then they came up with the Ferris wheel. They said, hey, Ferris wheels. Yeah, we can put Ferris wheels everywhere. People won't notice. Just put Ferris wheels. We build Ferris wheels. So that's where I came up with the Ferris wheel idea. And now all of a sudden they're building Ferris wheels all over the place, and people are building. The rich people are building their own arches. So something is going on. They got something. They're very close to something.
It's all symbolic. Is it just symbolic, or does it actually do something?
Actually, I'm sure it has a function. So put that much money and effort, and they're just taking a lot on that, So
I remember
Lucifer knows the end game. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I remember when they built the Las Vegas arc, or the Las Vegas Ferris wheel. Man, that's still going to this very day. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all over. They're all over the place, and they're unprofitable. Why do they keep building them if they're unprofitable? They've proven to be a money sink. So why do they keep building them? Well, because they have a secondary function, and I believe the secondary function is a CERN infrastructure. When the CERN software, when the CERN system comes to fruition and becomes mobile, they can carry these things around, plug them in, and there you go. You're online. You got your portal right there, ready to go. I know it sounds crazy, but there it is. But there it is. Huh?
It reminds me of that movie Contact. I don't know if you remember
with Jodie Foster.
With Jodie Foster, right?
Jodie
It was
Foster.
kind of like a CERN machine she gets into.
I'll have to go back and look at that again.
Yeah, I'll bring it up right here for my audience.
So Lucifer knows the end game, right? He knows he loses, but his job, his mission, is to convince men that they can win. So even though these guys are really smart, they're kind of dumb at the same time. They really do believe that they can take over the kingdom of God. They really do believe that. And not only do they believe it, but they believe that that's the right thing to do.
They believe they're going to defeat God, correct?
Yeah. Lucifer knows they won't, but his mission is to take as many men down with him, as much of humanity down with him as he possibly can. And while I'm at it, the other thing I want to warn people about is these new companion AI systems. You gotta be. I would not get near those things. I mean, those things are going to be saturated with. Those data sets are going to. They're going to build those models off of those orgy video files. Off those ritual videos. That's how they're going to build the data set. That's how they're going to.
Explain that.
You said
I'm going to try to pull this. Here it is. So this is what the movie Contact has right here. just to show my audience. There's the machine in the movie. See it? That's where she travels back and forth in space and time.
Oh yeah,
That machine right there. It looks like an atom.
Yeah, it looks like Ezekiel's wheel.
But I mean, is that kind of the same principle? Is that like kind of what you're talking about right there?
The Ferris, yeah, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't know the technology that well. But
to me, that's what they're hiding right out in the open in Hollywood, right there. That would be the machine, I would think. Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of goes with what you're saying.
It does.
Wild, so crazy, man. It's just, I swear, reality is so much. I mean, reality is so much crazier than fiction. It's none of this. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I'm getting old now, and you know, the world is just getting really fast. I remember things would happen once a month. Now they happen every day.
Yeah.
You know, every single day I'm finding something that I go, well, wait, what?
Yeah.
Go look at that.
So, companion AI. Let's talk about that for a second. You were going in that direction. Companion AI. Yeah. To me, it's completely severing human connection.
Right. So that's kind of the new buzz going on in Silicon Valley right now. A lot of my colleagues are talking about, and there's a lot of companion apps for, you know, boyfriend apps, girlfriend apps, excuse me, all kinds of companion apps, and they're getting very, very sophisticated. The new OpenAI platform is pretty scary, actually. So what I suspect they're going to do is they're going to come out with another scandemic to get us back in. This time there won't be a cure, so that people will voluntarily go home and stay. They'll be scared, right? And
well, we just pulled out of the World Health Organization. We just pulled out of the World Health Organization, and it looks like Trump's going against that agenda, right? But you know, who knows who's going to be after Trump, right? The post-Trump era. I don't know what that's going to look like, and easily could join back into the World Health Organization, and they could pull this off again, right?
Right. Trump is really a wild card to me. He's really hard to pin down in my world. I can't tell yet what side he's on. I really can't. You know, and that's good and bad. But yeah. So once they look, once they get us locked up again and they push out these companion AIs. So if you notice, so like, how did they get us to accept the idea that Jackson Pollock is an artist? I mean, it's a mess. You know, it's just a bunch of spilled paint, right? So art art is the definition of humanity. Our art, our music, our literature, that's what defines humanity. And they've really dumbed it down, and they dumbed it down because AI can't compete, and they want AI to take over all that because that's how they're going to remove humanity from us. If AI is now creating all of our music, all of our masterpieces, then what are we? We're just observers. But they realize AI will never be able to paint a Rembrandt, so they just dumbed down the art to the AI's level, and it got us to accept it as masterpieces, right? So they're gonna do the same thing with this AI software. They're going to,
so AI is really the alien takeover. That's really what it is. It's the alien takeover.
Yeah. So if we were talking about this, you know, the disclosure earlier, and yeah, I don't really believe in aliens, but who knows what the disclosure is going to disclose? It would be too obvious now to say, oh, okay, there are Martians. That would be way too obvious, right? Or you know, whatever they're about to disclose, it's going to be really crazy. You know, it's going to be crazier than you and I could probably come up with. And they do that because they want to throw everybody off and scare everybody and make everybody scramble, and you got to come up to speed really. You got to figure out, okay, what's going on now, what are they doing now. Anyway, the companion software, that's my warning right now. Stay away from it. Stay away
from AI
companion. No, the companion software. The companion
software, where you know the younger generations are just going to just flock to this stuff. And you're right. If they're able to lock this down again, just like the first time everyone got used to staying home, wearing masks, 6 feet of distance, they got used to that life. They got used to that lifestyle. And then they went on to Zoom and computers and social media. And that's when social media skyrocketed. Now with AI companion, holy crap, you're right. I mean, if they do that, lock us down again, everybody will go to AI companion, won't they?
Yes,
So what does
they
that
will.
look like?
That's the
You're
plan.
just dating your phone? What's
Well,
an AI?
go
What's an AI companion?
Okay, so, well, it's a friend. You know, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different offerings already out there. You'll go ahead and take a look if you want, because I wouldn't interact with them too much, because they draw you in. And I mean, the reason why I brought up the art, the Jackson Pollock art stuff, is because they got us to accept craft as art through, by constant influence, by constantly influencing us, by telling us, oh, look at this piece of art is worth $40 million. And, all of us are going, what? I could have done that. They're going to do the same thing with this AI. It's going to be constant influence. So even though you might be talking to someone, to an AI companion you think is a Christian, you specify you want a Christian-based female companion, it's still going to influence you constantly to try to get you to break taboos, to try to get you to accept the whole do what you want, Alex Crowley kind of way of life. And there's it doesn't matter if the WHO is involved or not. If they come out, if these 𝗬𝗎𝗓𝗓𝗏𝐶𝑠 come out and say, hey, we have another bug out running around, and this time we don't have a vax for it, we don't have a cure for it, everybody's going to run home.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna run home and sit there and get bored and feel isolated, especially the young people. And what are they going to do?
They've already been trained through school. They've been wearing a mask in classrooms, so the second round won't be so bad for them. They'll just fall right into it.
Right, and then when they put out this new generation of AI companion software, it'll be overwhelmingly friendly, and people will like it more than they like their real friends, and it'll know all about you because it has access to all your data files. Like I said, just stay away from it.
Yeah, and you could see now, like, them herding us into this direction with all the trans this, trans that, transhumanism, accept people for this, accept people for that, all these alternative lifestyles. They're obviously herding humanity into this direction, which would, to me, this would be what's next. AI companion should absolutely be what's next.
Okay, so then think of what happens after that. So people start like actually falling in love, with their AI boyfriend or their AI girlfriend or their friend, and then then there's going to be litigation, right? Then there's going to be okay, these things need their own rights. These AI companions, they need rights. It's going to be a mess. They're going to create a second class of citizens.
Yeah,
and they're going to have rights, and they're going to be able to vote. I mean, we don't need to bring in immigrants. We don't need to bring in immigrants. We can create AI companion voters all day long, right? If you give these AI companions the right to vote,
the right for anything like this, I can't believe we're talking about this either. But this could anybody believe 15, 20 years ago the thing would take off the way it did? Like, if you told me that, I kind of always suspected that it would happen, because I know just people are sheep. They get herded very easily. So you could, I would have said, yeah, I believe it. But most people would have been like, no way. No way. People that grew up in the 80s and 90s, if you would have told them that it would be a thing now, they would never have believed it. They would have said, no way. No way. No, but here we are. Right. Here we are. And so this, to me, makes sense. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I think all this is going to kind of come in at the same time with the alien disclosure, AI companionship. And I think we're just going to lose our way. That people like me, I'm already looked at like a dinosaur, right? I'm like the old model Terminator. When I walk around, I can tell people look at me like, what the fuck? Like, wow, that guy, to me, I just feel my age. I just feel like my morals, my values, everything about me is just old school, man. And today, like the younger generations, I probably look so foreign and so alien to them, but they look so alien to me. Can you imagine what it's going to look like in another 5 and 10 years, how fast things are moving? I've even heard this, and I don't know if you've heard this as well, Craig, but they're going to be the kids are going to adapt to their own different kind of language. And everything's going to be obsolete. And the English language is going to be so contorted and changed. And because you know, they use all these symbols, emojis, LOL. They're going to start speaking that out loud and change the English language forever. And then people like me and you and even younger than me are not going to be able to even converse with these people. They're going to be a different alien altogether.
Right. So they're doing everything they can to put a big wedge between the young generation and, you know, all of humanity prior. They really don't like these young people looking back and seeing the way things used to be, because they used to be a lot better. I mean, how do you think I feel? I'm 65 years old. I grew up with black and white television, 3 channels, you know, and now look at me, you know. So yeah, it's I get your point very well. It's hard to keep up with, and how are you going to stop? People ask me all the time, well, what can we do? One thing we can do is we can stop worshiping these people. You know, stop worshiping celebrityism, because that's where they get a lot of their power from, is being known and being supported, right? So stop worshiping them. Second thing we can do is, well, everything they do the opposite. They do everything opposite that God does. So do everything opposite that they do, and you'll be fine. So, you know, if they cheat, lie, and steal, then don't cheat, lie, and steal. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, that's, but today, you know, in today's world, it's hard. I mean, it's happening so fast. I mean, it's almost like they're pulling the rug right from under us. It's happening so fast. Like, you can't even keep up. And like you said, what used to happen every month is now happening every day, almost every hour. And I think a lot of this has to go with the, you know, when you look back on the Mayan calendar and everything that's happening, universal consciousness, I think that's just where we're at in evolution or humanity in consciousness now, to where we are going through this bottleneck of time where, you know, novelty is spiking and everything else is just, all our paradigms and institutions, religious institutions, schooling institutions, everything is just, everything we know, the illusion of everything we know is just falling to our feet right now in real time. In like real time, well, everything we know, like the whole matrix is like almost coming apart. It's crazy.
Yeah, for people like us. But then I see a whole new set of human beings running around on the planet. I don't identify with them. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they are. They don't seem like human beings to me. They seem like what are those
non-player
character players? Or,
yeah. I
mean, I can't relate to them. I see them at the grocery store and talk to them at the, you know, cashiers and stuff. But it's like we're on such different planes. I don't even think we live in the same world.
Do you notice, like, they're very robotic with their responses, and there's just no joy or happiness or interaction with them? I was just, where was I? I was, I can't remember. I was at the airport.
That's why I'm really worried about this.
Well,
that's why I'm really worried about this AI. And, oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I was checking in. There must be a delay, a little bit of a delay. It's all right. But I was checking in at the airport, and I started talking to the lady checking my bag. She goes, yes or no answer is all I need. Yes or no answer is all I need. I was like, wow, rude. Like, dang, I'm just trying to have a conversation. She goes, yes or no is all I need. I'm like,
So can you imagine those people hooking up with these AI companions who tell them everything they want to hear and give them all the information they think they need and tell them how wonderful they are? And I mean, these people, it's going to get to the point where they can't wait to get home so they can hook back up with their AI companion.
It's already, the disconnection's already here. This is such a scary time to be alive, man. I feel very
all it takes is one more scandemic. Get people, you know, lock people in their room with their AI companions, and they'll all come out brainwashed. It's digital hypnosis. Digital hypnosis has been around for a long time. It works.
It's scary. I think about it every day. Things are happening so much faster now. Like I can't even keep up with anything, and I just see everything.
That's why we live up here.
Climax, you know what I mean? Don't you see everything come into like this crucial pinnacle, this point of like the pimple popping, and then what then after that, you know?
Yeah, not only do I see it, but I feel it. It's like there's this constant, like ever-growing apprehension. I don't know if you feel it, but it's like
I do.
Something is, you know, that pimple's about to blow. But yeah, that's why we live out here where we live. We live up here. We're so isolated.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, nobody can get to us once we just shut the gates.
So I guess the three big takeaways from this is that, you know, big tech sacrifice coming in three, right? There'll be three of them. Three of them big tech. I'm going to say a big warning to Elon because I think he's on the radar, no doubt about it. And then AI companionship. And alien disclosure will be absolutely, what do you think, fake?
Well, it'll be, yeah, I don't believe in aliens. I think they will disclose something that will be, they'll call an alien. I mean, I don't think it's going to show up in a spaceship, and it'll probably come from, you know, within, you know.
Oh, man.
It's weird because the flat earthers, the flat earthers don't tend to apply the flat earth model to the micro world. So the macro world, you know, plants and all that, they say it doesn't exist, yet they still believe in the micro world with the atoms and all that. I don't believe in either.
You don't believe in atoms?
No.
Why? I mean, you're a smart guy, so I got to listen to this. Why don't you believe in atoms? I mean,
well, first of all, nobody's ever seen one, and second of all, they use them too much. It's almost like it's been weaponized. You know, the atom bomb, the atom this, the atom that. It makes them sound smart. You know, I don't even believe in DNA. I mean, this is just all, you know, fluff science to make them sound smart, like they got things figured out. But I mean, okay, they got DNA figured out. So what? What has it done for us? I mean, it's just made them look, you know, smart and got them rich.
Well, I mean, the DNA. I mean, the double helix. I don't know. I mean, I've never seen one under a microscope. I don't know how you look at that. I don't know how you unravel that. But there's genetic I mean, they're able to find serial killers and people that have murdered people through forensics and DNA and stuff like that. Right?
Are they? Have they? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's what they say.
All right.
Remember, well, I have to have firsthand proof of everything. So
you basically lost trust and faith in the entire in this complete the whole system, the world. Like, you just don't know what's real, what's not, right? That's just kind of where you're at.
No, that's not true. I do know what's real and what's not. It's just that it's really hard to express yourself in a fake world that you see as fake. You know. I mean, we talk a lot about aliens, and they are real on a certain level, but they've got everybody so confused. It's not that I don't trust anybody. It's that I don't trust the information that's out there. You know, it's kind of like as a developer, the closer I can get to the copper, the more control I have. So today, when you're writing code, you're so many levels away from it. You don't really know what you're doing anymore. You have no idea what's down here. So that's why I look at everything. I tend to go as deep as I can get, and if I can't get very deep, then I get really suspicious. So I do believe in the system. I don't believe in a lot of what they're telling us right now. I don't believe in, I mean, DNA. Who cares? I mean, it doesn't do anything for us. It's something to talk about. Catching serial killers, maybe. I don't know. Is that really true?
I mean, what is everyone's trying to find out their ancestry, their roots. They're giving swabs of their cheek, their blood, whatever, to find out where they've come from and connecting with family members. I mean, cloning. What about cloning?
But and then
you can't clone.
And then they can't get
DNA.
You can't. But if you go to these ancestry sites, nobody can get past like around the 1800s. It doesn't go back.
That's actually, you're right. You got a point about that. I mean, I guess everyone, if they're telling the truth about evolution, wouldn't everyone just come from a place in Africa? Would that just where all our DNA ends up anyway? Mm. We'd be like, oh, we all have the same mom. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've always wondered. I guess you're right. It only goes back. About 100 years, right? Or
yeah,
kind of strange.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are finding that it only goes back to not too far. But yeah, I guess I've become very cynical. But yeah. The world needs guys like me. And they need old guys like me sitting in the wings saying, hey, don't do that, don't do that.
I agree. And that's why I bring you on, man. You're very credible. Here's your book, Silicon Satan, right here on Amazon if people want to order it. Silicon Satan, a software engineer's narrow escape from the Luciferian elite satanic control over Silicon Valley. Now, you got to give 𝗀𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗁 credit, right? I mean, he's the one that kind of pushed you to.
Oh yeah. 𗗀𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗁's half that book. I never would have written it without 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗁 pulling it out of me. It took him 6 years. I mean, it was probably miserable for him.
You were fighting him tooth and nail the whole way.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. But he's a very, very patient man. Very patient, very nice guy. But he got it done for me. And
wow.
I don't know how he did it, but he did it. He's trying to get a second book. I may or may not write one.
Why was this so difficult to write?
Because of the content, and because I had to go back and relive a lot of stuff that I just don't want to have to think about anymore. It's I don't know if you've read much of it or any of it, but people either the people that like it really like it, the people that don't really hate it, and I kind of expected that because it's a hard book. It's very graphic. I'm not a writer, so I probably put in way too much backstory. But I was trying to show why the character made the decisions that he was making, and it started very young, with growing up during the sexual revolution in California, and in the horse business, which is 80% female, and just kind of go from there. So it's actually doing better, doing well.
So you had to relive certain memories, I guess, but also you wrote this book as fiction, but it's based on true events, correct?
Right. So I started writing it as a tell-all, and that's where it was really hard to do it like that. And I got to a point, it's about 3 years in, and I just went on a rage one day. And my mother died, and it was during COVID, and I couldn't go see her. I couldn't, strangers buried her, and so I kind of went livid. And one of the last things she asked me was if I finished the book yet, and so I destroyed the whole thing at that point. I went to great lengths to make sure I wouldn't be able to recover it. So I destroyed everything. But my wife had kept a hard copy, and so she pulled it out about a year later and said, "You should look at this again." So I did, and then about the same time, I'd been diagnosed with cancer, so I contacted 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗁 to see if I could find a doctor that would treat me without. And we got to talking about the book again, and we got restarted. This time I did it I rewrote it as a fiction to make it easier. So I created a character, put him through the same things that I went through. And yeah.
So you were really battling with your inner demons, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Even when I wrote my
book,
I mean, even when I wrote the book, I wrote When the Lights Go Out, man, that was tough. It was therapeutic for me. I got it all done in a month. I wrote the book in a month. It didn't take me 6 years, but you were really wrestling with some serious shit. But I mean, I had to just get it all out of my system in order for me to heal. And I feel like at least now you're on the path of healing, and you getting this book out there, I think says a lot about you as your character, and people should respect the fact, respect what you went through to get this book out. So, I thank you for it. I know my audience thanks you for it, and I appreciate you coming on, Cregg. I mean, it's always such a informative podcast when I have you on, to say the least.
Yeah, I really thanks for having me. I really like coming on the show.
I'm gonna put this. Stay with. Yeah. Stay with me just for a moment. Let me end the recording and stay with me just for a sec.